Hello everyone, this is Diane. I'm going to talk about these two journals today. I didn't make either one of these. This one is the one I've been working in, and I could work in it for, I don't know, maybe another week, but I want to be done with it tomorrow because tomorrow is the last day of February. So if this was a longer month with 30 or 31 days, I'd filled it up more, but I want to get into this one on March 1st. So we'll talk about this in just a minute. I figured I wasn't going to do any more decorating in this, but I have this little pouch that I had put together, so I thought I'd look through it and see if there's something I really want to add to the back of the book. And I still have today and tomorrow to write in it. So we did all this decorating up to here, and I still have just a few pages left. So I could decorate to my heart's content without worrying about taking up writing space. I have a old dictionary page. Just glue there. Yeah, I'll just put that on. Maybe something out of here, down here. Return to sender. These are digital pieces. Confidential. Special delivery. I'll just put a few of these little labels on here. And I like this page that was included. It looks like these lines are stamped, and there's some stamping in there. So maybe I will write something on that. Yeah, because I'll write a little bit on these pages today. And there's this cool music page that this was folded in to make a pocket. And there's a neat tag in there, but I don't need to write on that. I just have this neat tag. I like it. I have this dyed blue cardstock that was included in the bundle, in one of the bundles that I got, and some dyed paper, but I'm not trying to add more writing space. Let's see what else I have in here. Oh, this was just stuck in the book, but I don't think I'll leave it in here. I think I'll take it out and use it in other things. I'm pretty sure I put this in here. I bought this at a flea market, a big pack of that money, and it's fragile. I'll use that in a different journal. And this is something I made, but I'll use that in a different journal. This looks like the top of a page. Oh no, it goes this way. Something that doesn't have journaling space on it. Something that says, put me in there. I want to go in there. I might use that for something else. Now this especially could go with the grungy look I'm using in this book. This is just an antique, it's a replica of an antique ad for toilet soap. So it would be kind of a contrast because it's more elegant. And then these also, and I have this that I stamped. These also are elegant images of ladies sewing and little girls. I think I like that. Then when I get this journal out to look at it in future years, I'll have some fun pages to look at the back. Okay, as you can see, I added this page from this little antique notebook that I have. And this little flower must have fallen out from between some of these cards because it was just laying on my desk here. And I know it wasn't there before. So that was serendipitous. I added that little spot of color there. So I have these pages to write on today and this page for tomorrow, so I don't need any of the other pages. Oh, that pocket there. I can make more of these, so I'm going to tuck this Tiffany & Co. card in there. I really like those cards. There's a photograph and an old card. The kitchen of the Governor's Palace in Williamsburg, Virginia, and I was in that Governor's Palace in colonial Williamsburg. I guess that's all I'm going to do in here. It's nice and full. I'll write in it for a couple more days and then I will set it on my shelf. So let's take a look at the red one I'm going to start using. This one was made by Miller. I forgot her first name. Hopefully it'll come to me. From Miller's Lab, Sue Miller from Miller's Laboratory. And I remember watching this video and being like, oh, I hope it's still in the shop. Because I saw it when the video first went up. But I went and I grabbed it because I don't know why it struck me as much as it did. But I think one of the reasons was that I had just purchased this digital kit, and I think this was from Tailor Made Journals. I'm not sure, but I think it was. And I might have to go back into my files and print some more of these because I know I used some pieces and I want to have some red. But I can get red from other kits also, other sources. But there's a lot of black. So this journal is full of red and black. And I really, really like these, and these would go very well in this journal. And I love the journal, and I think just having that kit of digital ephemera gave me an excuse. Like, I really need it so I can use that digital ephemera kind of thing, you know? We have to come up with excuses sometimes to spend money. But the book is A Little Girl in Old Boston by Amanda M. Douglas. Look at the pretty little picture of a girl there, and this beautiful black and white fabric that she frayed, and she cut this one closer to the spine so we could read the cover or the title. It's just so pretty, and it is full, but I'm going to fill it up more. And then there's a piece of a sturdy fabric here that she left frayed and put this buckle, a D-ring buckle on it with some charms. It's just so charming. And the little, yeah, charming. It's got buttons that match the color scheme, and this little frame has a tiny little piece of music in it. And this little charm here says handmade. Love it. And I know I've shown this. I showed it on a video when I bought it, or soon after I bought it. These pages came out because they were fragile, and then they were stitched in, and they just tore out. But I will use them in the journal. Never fear. She left the original owner's name on that, which I love. And I love this. So she used so many beautiful red and black and ivory images. Some of these are digital. The papers are digital. And there's, I'm not going to do a full flip through here. I'm just going to kind of remind myself what's in here. This says, memorize for Monday. And it looks like some poem or writing or something. And, oh, these pages are so beautiful. I like the portraits. So I could get out some of my old pictures and do something with them with the red and cream if I wanted to add more. And, oh yeah, she used a lot of birds in it too. A lot of peonies and a lot of birds. I think they were peonies. And old papers. I like that. That's cool. I want to do that. So she took this piece of dyed paper. It's red paper, but it was dyed in coffee, it looks like. And she took a piece of music paper that matches the size and just wrapped the paper around it to hinge it. I love it. That's something easy to do, but very effective. There's some really nice stuff in here. So this kind of thing made me think of these. So I want to use some of those in here. So I thought today I would just do a few pages, decorate a few pages. I don't know how much I want to decorate because she's already fully decorated it. But I wanted to add some of those red and black pieces, so I definitely will. But I don't need to, there's her name, Sue. I don't need to do a lot of decorating in here. But I thought I would just prep it so I feel ready to write in it. Now, this says the book beautiful, so I have to put that on there. And this says table of contents, which I probably don't need. I won't write a table of contents, but I can put that on this page. The purpose of this book, that's great. And another table of contents. So this book was apparently, these images that look like this were taken from a book called the Cheltenham Series of Decorations, Borders, Initials, Headings, and Ornaments for either 1 or 2 color printing. So there are shrunken images of the pages. So pretty. And all these other pieces. This, I don't know if this was part of it or not. The book, beautiful. I wonder if I printed it twice. Forward. Okay, I just wanted to kind of see what was here. And I have these that I got out of a book that you could use to make, you could print them on your own papers, but it was a vintage book. But I stuck this, I had it in with this bundle of stuff, but I thought, well, I'll just transfer it to this because it would definitely go in this book too. And this page also, this little digital I stuck in here just now. Okay, so I'm going to glue this on, and that's a little big. Maybe that, just to decorate the first page. And she used images of ladies and birds, so I could do the same if I find some that go with the look and the colors. Like I'm looking at this picture here, and it's definitely got the red and the cream. This one needs to be backed on something. Gray, black, or this muted red. I'll be right back with something. Here's a gray. I think that's a little too light. The black would definitely work. I think I'm going to go with the black. Maybe I'll tear it. Let's see how that looks. Could use that as an edging on a page. This isn't cut with an even border. I can see it's white here and faintly cream there. It's just sometimes hard to see the cutting line when you're cutting out these digitals with a very, very pale background. And I have poor vision anyway. I need to get glasses, but first I've got dental work coming up next month. It's going to be very expensive. Yeah, that looks good. I will leave a link for Sue's shop. She makes beautiful, beautiful journals. And I have another one of hers. Do I have two or three of hers? Maybe the next time I work in this, I will get the other one out, show it to you. I know I've shown it to you before. I was starting to say I showed it to you when I bought the journal, and then again when I did my series of videos on journals that I've purchased. Because I have a lot of journals that I've made myself, but I'd love to have other people's work on my shelves too. So I can write my name and the date that I start and finish this journal right there. Or maybe I'll just use this to put the dates on it. Table of contents, my life, March 1st, 2026 through whenever I finish it. Now, I don't know how old this particular book is, but the foreword here, or the dedication, was written to a little girl, and it was dated 1898. But I don't know how old this book isn't that old. I don't think. Maybe. Could be. Actually, I'm going to say that it probably is that old. I'm not sure when I bought it. She didn't date. I don't think she dated it. I've started, oh yeah, she wrote 24. That's what I started doing on my signatures. Was a few years ago I started writing just the year, not the month or anything, but just the year. And I'll just keep this card in there. Now, where could I put her? I could just clip her to a page like that. This is a digital grid paper printed on a thin paper. Oh, I can use some of these in here too. I have one that has my initials, but backwards. I should be DH, not HD, but I can never find DH. think I want that on a page that's not just a white background. Shows up better on that. How about this? I'll worry about that when I get there, I guess. I have this page to write on. Can make a little note on that. Got that page to write on. I really don't want to do anything else to this page. I could add that here. I love that Sue decorates her books as much as she does. I know some people prefer to have not as much decoration so they can do their own thing, which is awesome. So I purchase some of both, where I can add a lot, or I don't really need to add anything if I don't want to. I mean, you don't have to add anything, even if it's sparsely decorated. It's all up to your taste, but I like to decorate, so I like to do a little bit, and I never used to. I used to just write in them the way they were and just decorate the ones that I made. So everybody has their own preference as far as those things go. I want to include one of these alphabet pages somewhere. Probably just clip it to a page. I'm gonna add a little stencil on that. I was thinking one of Tailor Made Journal's stencils would go well in here, like this. And this one. Just a little bit. it's a good start for today. Won't get me very far, I don't think, but it is a start. And I'll be starting this journal on Sunday. I think that's the 1st of March. It'll be fun to write in. I love this. Looks like she printed a flower, a black and white, or black and cream flower, and then just added these pieces to it. These are washi tape pieces here, and space to write on the back. But you just get a hint of the flower there, and this flower peeking out of the pocket. What a cute idea. Just get some more ideas before I go. I don't know how much time I have, really. So again, we talked about that one. So this is one of those black and cream printed flowers. It was either printed or maybe cut from a coloring book, I don't know. And copy dyed, it might be copy dyed. But very nicely fussy cut and glued on there. This is copy dyed paper, and this digital peony is wrapped around. Very nice collaging there. Where did it go? Was it in here? No. Oh, look at that. Oh, we didn't get that far. I don't know where I got this from. Oh well, I'll look at my video, it'll tell me. This is copy dyed red paper, and looks like it is, I'm not sure. Like this is a piece. Okay, it was glued to this. It's not that hard, Diane. This is a torn piece, and this was glued on top of it. So you get the tear here and here. And this came out of an old book. It's so beautiful. Or I think it's a digital, printed from an old book. Very pretty. And there's one of the peonies. Was this in this pocket? I don't think so, because I didn't see these pages. This is such a beautiful book. All right, I'm gonna go a little faster. Oh yeah, she does these pop-ups. Look at that. So the other book I have of hers has, it was from a kit called Pretty Dresses, and she has dresses that pop out like that. You may have remembered seeing it in some of my other videos. Again, the printable or coloring book page, whatever that is, with a label and a bird cut out. The birds are from digitals also. Okay, this is a quilt square, quilt pattern book, but this is fussy cut and glued onto it. I love this digital. It's very textured looking. That's a digital, and that's a digital. So cute. Look at that. I love it. And I love all these little portraits. So this is a printable like that, and then she backed it onto some book text. I'll have to look through my Victorian stuff. I'm sure I have some things I could add to this journal. That would go with the colors. And look at that. Illustrations similar to some of these pieces. This is a torn piece glued to the back of this. She made a tag out of cardstock or paper. Looks like a woven texture back there. And that's a little scrap. Just a little scrap glued on. Music paper on the back, and this flower wraps around. I do have some black and cream digital papers that are already printed. So I'll get them out and maybe I can use them to make more cards or embellishments or something. That is so pretty. I wasn't going to do a full flip through, but here we are. Because I want to look at it. So this is a poem, probably an antique piece that was made into a digital, and it just has this little snippet of a wait. Oh, it opens up. Okay, that wraps around. Cool. That is really pretty. This book is just so striking. Tell me what you think about this style and the coloring. I know you're gonna love it. I know I'm not going to get any bad comments about it. I better not anyway. This one has some little prayers, daily prayers. It's vintage. And I have this page, and I've seen her use it in books too. I have the ledger books that came out of. I got 2 of them at a flea market. They are dairy root driver books. Pretty vellum. Feeding her birds. That goes with all the bird images. Digital paper glued to coffee dyed paper. A little scrap and a digital label there. I like how she embellishes with scraps. I mean, a lot of us do, but she just does it very well. This is interesting. This is that textured paper. It's digital, but it looks like a woven, very loose weave fabric with some letters embroidered on it. I love it. It's so subtle. And then she made a pocket out of it and then tucked this tag in. I love this. Who would have thought to do that? Tall tag, fold it down. I love it. I'm going to do that. Gotta get it in there. Guess I'll get that in there later. Fun tab there. Red and black and cream, peonies and birds and portraits. That could be a challenge to choose a color scheme. I'm challenging you and me. Choose a color scheme with 3 colors and a theme thing with, what did I say? Peonies, birds, and portraits. So yeah, 3 design themes. This is an envelope. And this was part of the page that it was made out of. Oh, it opens up. Oh, I guess it's a digital. I like this. That's printed on it. No, it's not. She added a stamp and then did a post-it or a rubber stamp over it. That's neat. Gotta go faster. This video is probably going to be way too long. I'll have to edit out a lot. A double pop out. This is a digital card, and it's attached to the red dyed paper and dyed scrapbook paper or digital paper. It's printed anyway. There's some German text. That's not German, but there was some German text. There's math paper, school book paper, dictionary. Do you feel inspired looking at this book? I do. Look at the inside of that. So pretty. Oh, I thought this was a belly band. It's a pocket. That's cool. So she took this digital, put it on this flap, and wrapped it around and created a pocket on this side with it. Very creative. There's so many pages in this book, too. And I appreciate that she didn't mind covering up most of the images. This doesn't have an image on the back, and this was one of the peonies, but she covered it almost all the way up with this card, but you can still see the edges of that design, which is really neat. I would have a hard time doing that. Of course, they're printables. You can print them again, but still, that's your ink. Quite a few pop-ups in this book. I just love the digital papers she has. This is an image that Tim Holtz used in one of his ephemera pieces. It's probably on an antique card. Okay, so that's the end of that. I'm going to let you go because I've probably overstayed my visit. But I hope you enjoyed seeing the ending of this book and the beginning of this one, and that you're excited to see what I can add in here without, I don't want to make it too bulky and break the spine. So I won't be adding a whole lot, but I could stamp in it. So we'll see. We'll see what I decide to do. And I hope that you'll come back to see this along with some other projects that are coming up. Have a creative day. Bye.